Summertime. Okay, right. Can you hear me? Okay, well, welcome everybody. Can you hear me okay, Graham? Just lift your eyebrows. Yeah, there we go. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. That's a good signal. Okay, welcome everybody. Just a bit of housekeeping. For those of you who don't know where the toilets are. Right there. Okay. You've been there. Okay, sorry we started late because traffic, rain. They really need it badly in Cape Town, right, Nikki? You do. You had this whole thing on Instagram showing that the rain was moved to Cape Town and all of that. So I want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the DSG 19th birthday party. We started in 1998. As you can see, made in 1998. All original parts. So my team's all around, they're all original, very, very unique people. And I want to thank my team for an awesome 19 years, especially you, Brandon, for being there for 18 years. And I don't know if you guys know, but Google was also launched in 1998. We just don't have their market cap. So it's one of those things. We're trying hard. We're working at it. We're really trying hard. We doubled our revenue this year, which is a good start, but we're nowhere near the market cap. Also, France won the World Cup in 1998 when we started. And Private Ryan, I don't know if you remember that movie that was happening. And Cher had this great... Are we okay there? Should we move it a little bit, or is it me? Or okay, no worries. Okay. And Pete Sampras, if any of you remember Pete Sampras, he won the championship Wimbledon in 1998. So a lot of amazing things happened when we started DSG. We love Africa. We've been spending all over Africa. If you want the Wi-Fi password, which I know if Maslow was around, it would be the highest kind of like element on his triangle. It is cool ideas. And where's Rolf? He's the shareholder. If you've got any complaints about the Wi-Fi, please don't phone DSG customer care. Just speak to Rolf directly, buy him a tequila, say, listen, can you increase the bandwidth or things like that. No, we did make sure this is, 50 megs? Hey, Rolf? Okay, I think it's decent. I mean, it's not as good as Antonio's Starbucks. Starbucks got 100 megs, but no, please, can we just change it quickly? Okay, yeah, thanks. Okay, and if you want to tweet about DSG, it's at DSG Limited. Okay, so welcome everybody. I just want to take you back because this is like a year in review. I'm not going to make a long speech. What we learned from our last birthday party, which was our 18th birthday, it was at Chimmy's, is that the speeches were too long. So as an integrated customer experience company, we listened to our customers and we decided to keep it to like 20 slides this time, no, maybe 28, okay? But I'll rush through them. I just want to show you the video of our last year. We did it in Cape Town because we've got lots of clients in Cape Town, and we're going to alternate 1 year in Cape Town, 1 year in Joburg. Is that okay, Nikki? Sorted? Okay. So Experience It is our event management company, and all the invitations you got and everything else that happened at this event was run through Experience It. Our payoff line is Planets Implemented Experience It. You can see NFC there. We decided to drop all of that for today's party because it's not necessary. But it was a lot of fun. You're getting much nicer food though, because this is Joburg. So as you can see, we did lots of speeches, which was the wrong move last year. Okay, this movie's a bit long. It's taking like 20... Taking 20 slides, exactly. Okay, but you get the idea. So that was last year's party. A few people were there. Darren, Marilyn, there you go. Those of you who follow us to Cape Town, Great, so I think I'm going to skip this. Dave, you were also there. Raise your hand. There you go. anyway, it was a lot of fun. And for those of you who don't know DSG really well, I just wanted to give you like a bit of an update about how we've grown in the last 19 years and our kind of digital transformation. Our mission statement, funnily enough, has stayed the same for 19 years, which is unusual. We've been, in our management meetings, we were discussing reinventing it a few times, but I think it's really, really relevant because what this party is all about is about you, our customers. We really appreciate your custom. We really appreciate the business. I think you're really innovative. I think we're just the enabler behind the scenes. And it's a real pleasure to have all of you here. And we're really very grateful for having such amazing customers. So if you look at our mission statement, I'll go back one slide. So our mission statement is we partner with our customers to build comprehensive solutions which innovate business relationships to yield mutual return on investment. And our people and diverse technology enable anywhere, anytime access to products and services, ensuring a customer-centric focus. We really coined the phrase integrated customer experience. This is our customer-centric model. We designed this over a few bottles of wine in 1998, believe it or not, okay? So, and it's still very relevant today. So not much has changed, although I think customers have a lot more channels to choose from and how they interact with business. But I think it's every business priority that you interact with your customers, and every interaction is a moment of truth. You can either build an amazing relationship with your customers or potentially they'll retract from the relationship. And that's what DSG enables for a lot of our customers. I think what makes us unique is the way we put everything together. And from integrated customer experience strategy to business and tech consulting, system integration, the full digital transformation, service design and UX, and I'll show you some examples today, data and analytics, creative, and the way we bring media, because the way media, today, media has really evolved to using first-party data and third-party data, so we make advertising more contextual and relevant for customers. So it's no longer outside the customer experience, it's really an integrated part of the customer experience. And the only reason I'm standing here is because I need to swipe the slides. So if we look at the group today, I don't know how many of you know the full group. We've got a business called Digital Connect, which holds a lot of exclusive rights for some amazing technology, which I'll talk about later. Digital Connect is a service provider to our outsourced contact center business. So what makes our outsourced contact center business unique is the fact that we don't outsource any of our technology. And thank you so much. And I think a lot of businesses want to deal with companies that can control the whole customer experience. Digital Mobile is a wireless application service provider in our group. Sorry, was the speech terrible?
No.
Okay. I'm going to cut it out quickly, okay. And then what we do is we offer a lot of value-added services, and we enable companies to use mobile in a better way from a value-added services perspective. Broadband, I'll talk a lot about, is our mobile advertising business. It's become one of our stars in the group. We help companies with their digital and mobile marketing and to buy media that's quite unique. Digitalize is our software development business, and they developed this product called Experience It, which is our event management, campaign management, and voice of the customer program, software as a service platform that's used by clients like Starbucks and Sasfin Bank who are here, Vodacom, MTN. A lot of big events run on our software, including our event, and the streaming is being done by Endfarm. A quick shout out to Endfarm, it's one of Experience's partners. Okay, and they're streaming this event live, so try and behave, please. Okay, or you're going to go on camera, whichever one. And then MVNE is one of our new businesses in the group. MVNE is, we love acronyms in the IT industry. It stands for Mobile Virtual Network Enabler. And it's a business we started in 2013. It's almost 5 years old, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. And then we've got a business that looks after payments specifically called UPay for ubiquitous payments. And what we've decided to do as one of the first companies in the world with mobile commerce in 2000 to extract the mobile payment capability into a separate standalone business a year ago. So if you're just interested in payments, you can just buy that service from us as opposed to having to buy the whole e-commerce and mobile apps and everything else that comes with it. So that's the group. That's our evolution. As you can see, you're in good company. I hope you think so by the end of this afternoon. We won lots of different awards over the years. I'm very proud of my team for achieving 4 awards this year, 3 awards in the contact center industry, Best Mobile App of the Year, and really the team's done an outstanding job. I'll do it. The other thing that I love about DSG is that Digital Solutions Group also stands for doing something great. And we really believe in corporate social investment. We were very involved with the 46664 campaign, Global Communities for the Nelson Mandela Foundation, with United Against Malaria in partnership with Nando's and Standard Bank and MTN. But we recently partnered with the Maharishi Institute. I don't know how many of you have heard of the Maharishi Institute, but it's run by a guy called Dr. Teddy Bletcher. He's the most amazing social entrepreneur. And he started a virtually free university. And we decided to initially donate a contact center platform for this business so the students can learn and earn at the same time. And then we saw that a lot of our big clients outsourced some campaigns to this business, but they didn't really outsource their full customer experience. So we actually made the Maharishi Institute our BE partner. And what's nice about this partnership is that it really adds a lot of value for our clients because you get 100% of your spend with DSG. If you were spending 10 million Rand with us or 20 million Rand, you can now save 10 million Rands worth of BE certificates. And the students get to learn and earn and pay it forward. So at about 200 seats, and we've got 330 set up in town, the university pays for itself. So every single 200 seat campus can grow. So the aim is to start in Johannesburg like we have now. There's a building in Durban that we identified that we're looking to launch into, and go into Cape Town next, and then hopefully Nairobi, Lagos, and go throughout Africa and create jobs for young students and give them tertiary education. So we really, really love our partnership with Maharishi, and unfortunately Teddy couldn't be here today because he's overseas. Sends his apologies, but if any of you are interested, we run breakfasts every single month, and your account manager can send you an invite, and you can participate in one of the breakfasts. They're really, really awesome. As Madiba said, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world, and that's why most of our CSI investment today is focused around education. I'd like to talk about one of our biggest businesses in the group. As I said, our vision and our kind of way we operate is all about integrated customer experience, and we provide on-demand customer experience, which means that our clients can really breathe with our organization. We've got clients like big concerts where we could have 2 seats in 1 month and then 30 seats the next month as they have events and things like that. And we offer some really, really unique capabilities. It was the most nominated contact center in 2017. We won 2 gold awards for the best technical innovation for a portal we built for KFC, and the best use of social media for the work that we've done for the Always On team that are here. Royden, I don't know where you are. Okay, and we also won the best outsourced contact center, but we came number 2. The third reason is that Stekinico was selected as the winner of the Ask Africa Orange Index Awards for the best entertainment service. That was post your time, John and Doug, you know, it was, but they still did well, right? And then we support 45 of South Africa's leading consumer-facing corporate brands. We have managed over 1.8 million conversations this year so far, and hopefully a lot more because we launched a whole bunch of new services recently. And then we've also successfully completed our second contact center at the Maharishi Institute. As I mentioned, it's 330 seats, and we've got full redundancy. We've got different generators, lines coming in from different exchanges. So you have full 24/7 support and full redundancy built into our contact center environment. One of the projects that we absolutely love launching this year, thank you, Antonio, is the My Starbucks Rewards program. I don't know how many of you have downloaded the app. If you haven't, please download it now and load the card. I don't know if you know, if Starbucks was a bank, that'd be the 10th largest bank in the world. just simply because people top up their rewards program. What's amazing about the opportunity that we had to work with Starbucks has been the fact that it was a greenfield approach and we were the primary contractor. So we built a data warehouse, campaign management, we localized the app because it was already built in Europe, but we did build a local e-commerce so you could order and collect and manage all the integrated customer experience elements. So we were very privileged to do that. What you're seeing here is the BI around the first 4 restaurants. Starbucks has already launched 7 now, and 8, sorry. Gateway was the last one. And there's another many hundreds of restaurants coming down the line. But it's really an awesome solution. Try it out, and we're really proud to be part of this experience. I think what was unique about Starbucks, as I said, it was a greenfield approach and it was using our full omni-channel architecture. So we believe that businesses today really need to be totally integrated, from POS integration, social media, a mobile app, responsive, the whole Microsoft BI or Power BI analytics and reporting, CRM, we're totally agnostic, so whatever CRM our clients use, we can integrate into it. A full content management system, campaign and event management, and then we do the full payment integration, even programmatic buying and social platform attribution across multiple channels. And everything that you see in the light blue here is all IP that DSG's built over the last 19 years. So we're about to launch an amazing chatbot for one of our clients, and we have a very unique analytics engine, CRM and support management. We're very proud to be a TransUnion partner. They're one of our customers. Kribben, you can raise your hand now and claim the space. There we go. So we've been working with TransUnion for 5 years. Initially, they outsourced work to us, but now we've elevated our partnership to a strategic partnership where we actually offer our clients TransUnion data as part of the integrated experience. So if you want to enrich your data while you're interacting with customers, you can use their data. So that's over there. And in some cases, we build a full data warehouse and data management as well. So with DSG, we always act as the primary contractor. In the previous slide, you may have seen some of the partners that we work with. We've got exclusive rights for Swerve, Listener, Edmobi, and Chargify. But even when you buy directly from Listener or from Swerve, we act as the primary contractor and take full accountability for the solution. This is a recent app that our team developed for Straight. I don't know how many of you know Straight, but Straight is owned by the JSE, and they manage every single transaction in the stock exchange. So it's really a mobile BI app that allows you to look at stats from the money market, every settlement that happened, equity, different reports that security companies are looking for to analyze transactions and be able to do it on the fly within their mobile phone. Our team is also very proud for the 3rd or 4th time to win an award for TransUnion. Kribben, what is it, our 3rd award this year or 4th? 4th award that we won. We recently won the MTN Business Best App of the Year, and I'd like to share with you a quick video about this amazing app that we developed.
Gives you all TransUnion's vehicle information to hand about a vehicle, a buyer.
If you've already used TransUnion OneCheck, you'll know that it's the revolutionary Dealer's Guide app that gives you all TransUnion's vehicle information to hand about a vehicle, a buyer or a seller, whenever and wherever you need it. Now, TransUnion has enhanced the OneCheck app to do even more. You're already used to doing a quick check by entering the driver's ID number manually or scanning their driver's license to confirm the driver's ID and do a quick credit score and fraud check. But now, the new enhanced OneCheck also allows you to pull a credit report on a business entity. Input the vehicle's key identifiers or scan the vehicle license disc, and you'll get a full verification report confirming the key identifiers, manufacturer's information, finance information, SAPS interest, previous mileage, microdotting, and more. Tapping into 18 million vehicle records and 3.4 million vehicle finance records. The new enhanced One Check now also gives you really in-depth vehicle valuations, depending on mileage, condition, and factory-fitted extras. And to save users on the cost of data, the new enhanced One Check now offers the Digital Dealer's Guide, which provides the same vehicle valuation information with a single monthly download. Now there's no need for printed guides or connectivity. The Digital Dealer's Guide lets you do it all, offline. Now you can view a whole page in the book at a glance to get the full picture. Digitizing the Auto Dealer's Guide means that available values will increase to 224 brands, covering a total of over 2,839 model ranges, with 14,972 variants. Now estimated values can be generated for vehicles with low volume sales, which currently covers around 30% of the vehicle market. These kinds of capabilities will be useful to a number of other industries as well. Soon, for the first time, we'll also be able to provide values of a new vehicle within its first 12 months of being sold. The new enhanced One Check is the most comprehensive automobile database available and is the standard in vehicle risk intelligence.
Customer journey to one scan of a license or a registration. So because of the success of this B2B app, we partnered with Dave Thomas. Raise your hand. Everybody's going to want to talk to you about this later, so everybody needs to know who you are. Okay. And we launched First Check. So as consumers, before you go and trade your car in, you want to know what it's valued. So you can go and use First Check. If you haven't downloaded it yet, please download it now. Okay. And you can scan your license disc before you see the dealer and get to see what your car is valued. Now, this model, as you can see here, contains ads. So it's a freemium model. It is a paid-for report, but as opposed to having to buy the book for 300 Rand, you can pay now 19 Rand, find out what your vehicle is worth before the dealer tells you how much it's worth. So it's a really, really powerful app. I'm going to show you a quick video about the consumer version of the same app based on the success of the B2B app. So really what we've seen so far is that the mobile multiplier, mobile is the most personal device in Africa with the highest reach, and it's the richest interface. You can really change the customer journey and change the customer behavior. And you can take it everywhere. It's frictionless. You can have access to sensors, cameras, location, payment. It's a social platform where you can show customer advocacy, and it's much easier to use than traditional internet for those of you who, like me, are old and used modems and waited to connect to the internet, where now you just press a button. So what we're seeing is that the world is becoming mobile. And that's why we launched MVNE in January 2013. I poached one of my clients, Zach. Where's Zach? Okay, he's hiding. Zach used to be my client at Virgin Mobile, and then he poached the rest of the team at Virgin Mobile, Craig outside there, and Edna, and everybody else. And we launched a business called MVNE, and our payoff line is Mobilize Your Brand. And really what we do is we help launch MVNOs in the African market. We're very proud of the fact that it took a long time, but this year we turned profitable. We had a revenue growth of over 300%. We're now launching 12 different mobile virtual network operators in 6 countries in Africa. And we work very, very closely with the operators, and often we find that the operators become our clients at the same time that we're aiming to launch branded mobile services in Africa. And 2018 is really going to be exciting. You're going to see a lot of different brands, banks, retailers, ICT players launching MVNOs in South Africa, and we're very proud to have this business within our group, and it helps us land and expand a lot of our clients. Another young business within our group, fairly young, Anine. Okay, she's the only representative of broadband. The rest of the team's in Cape Town, and they didn't fly up. We partnered with InMobi. I don't know how many of you have heard of InMobi before, but they are the largest independent ad network in the world. They're an Indian unicorn, huge market share. Google just made them an offer about 4 months ago to buy them out for $1.3 billion, and they said no. And I'm meeting with the founder and CEO on the 23rd of this month. We've had exclusive partnership with them since last year, and it's been a phenomenal year for us. What it does is inside 40,000 apps, you have the ability to advertise to customers. How many of you have got Shazam on your phone, or CNN, or Zynga, or any one of these popular apps? The SDK resides inside the app, and you can actually place adverts that are contextual relevant based on where the consumer is and their profile. It's got very advanced analytics, and you can build personas. And Broadband's very proud to run campaigns. Well done, Aneen. Aneen, well done. Yay! Okay, for all of the awesome brands that you launched this year and some of the amazing campaigns that we've used in Mobi for. We also signed an exclusive partnership with a company called Swerve, which is another mobile SDK. These are some of Swerve's customers. What Swerve allows you to do is actually engage better with your customers. So it's all about mobile engagement, and it allows you to onboard customers. So the average person downloads 119 apps, but actually uses maybe 5 or 6 of them. And the moment you don't use an app within the first 5 to 6 days, you're likely to delete it because it's the most personal device and it's on your phone. So the secret is, when somebody downloads your app, is how do you onboard them better? How do you engage with them? How do you nurture the relationship, convert sales, refer, and support them better? Because mobile is the best self-care kind of channel, and Swerve definitely deals with that issue. It also allows you to do mobile marketing automation and build, track, and determine campaigns. Very powerful from an in-app notification perspective. And at the end of the day, it's all about creating a single customer view. So when somebody phones the contact center, but they actually have your app, and they ask for a balance inquiry, or they want to know what happened with their last order, and they could have actually tracked it through the app, what Swerve allows you to do is actually notify them when they use the app that they phoned the contact center, but they could have actually discovered all these things via the app. When we build a data warehouse, we look at the different data streams, the analytics around it, and the different campaigns that you can design. And at the end of the day, we're all different, and we want to be treated differently, so it's all about customer segmentation and being able to treat different customers differently. So I wanted to share this quick video with you around customer segmentation. I hope you're not going to find it offensive. Lee and Gal, you don't have to pay attention now, huh?
So, where are we with this douchebag situation?
The thing about douchebags is that they tend to cluster.
It's true. Our algorithm is showing hard clustering. In some demos, they travel in packs. We've got a solution. Bring me someone with real douchebag experience, and I'll show you how it works.
Who can we call? I've got this.
Go right in. They're expecting you.
No, don't worry about it. This is for you.
Hey, welcome to Tinder.
Douchebag expert at your service.
All right, ladies, listen up. It's our job to make sure we give all the women in the world the tools they need to fight douchiness. Anytime, anywhere. And Whitney's dealt with a lot of douchebags in her life.
A lot. The last guy I dated had calf implants.
So we all agree that calling out douchebags should be easy and fun. So let's show Whitney new Tinder reactions.
Oh, genius. Yes.
First, we have our basic douche. He's a CEO at Self-Employed because he's overqualified for every job he's ever interviewed for.
Exactly. He shows up to your first date with a Bluetooth, and he tips the bare minimum on his black card.
I know this douche. He's the guy who's late because he was charging his vape. I like this.
Really?
And next, we have our intermediate douche.
This is the guy that lists his expectations right in his bio. He's into fitness, and you should be too.
He documents every trip to the gym on his Instagram feed.
He makes shirtless memes of himself that say this body wasn't built for monogamy.
Hashtag no days off guy.
And lastly, here we have our advanced douche.
So this one uses eggplant emojis as his opener and dinner's on me, baby, come hungry as his closer.
Just felt my uterus tilt inside my body. Need to sit down and straighten it out.
Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty funny. So what DSG is all about connected commerce, and we try and keep it simple about monetization engagement. We provide an end-to-end solution and a white glove service. And thank you very much for your attention and your custom and being our customer. So I'm now going to introduce you to the funniest guy in the world, to David. I don't know if he's around. David Levinson. There we go. He's going to take over. This is all about having fun today. Lunch is going to be served a bit late. Apologies for that. But David's going to take over for me, and he's going to be far more entertaining than I am. Food's ready. Let's get the lunch going.
I just want to say to Johan, this is probably the best idea I've ever seen, to have a comedian after this cuck. Well done, he's a thinker. But listen, you never met a more passionate man in business and in life itself. It sounds like when he's talking to you, like he wants to tell you 4 or 5 things at once. And his brain's thinking 4 things, and what's coming out is we just listen. And so please give him a proper round of applause, because that's why we're here. We're here to have... There are 76 bottles of tequila here for some reason, and then the rest of us just sitting here waiting for something to happen. It's not going to happen unless you partake of the beverages. Is this shining on me now? Have I got a Samsung logo on my forehead? They are not one of our clients yet. Can we get them? Okay, cool. So what I want to do is introduce myself. Good afternoon. How are you? Crawford College, good school. Obviously they break up today. I'll get that for you. Is that your power bank or lipstick? Please never get them confused with each other. So good afternoon. Thank you. We were going to start lunch at about 1 o'clock. So I want to thank you all for arriving on time. These things are not easy. At this time of year, they hire comedians for these functions, and they seem to think that it makes everyone happier. But really, some people are really here to drink and eat. So I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm going to come back to you after lunch when the smokers have smoked. Is it still raining outside? I'm looking at you. Do you smoke? Because I have noticed some people that they smoke those little electric cigarettes. Are you one of those? The electric cigarettes, yes. Not you. Where are you from? Are you from the north? Where's that? Where's Manchester? I'm just being funny. I don't know. I support Liverpool. All right, here we go. So my name's Dave. Say hi, Dave. And the kids. Hi, kids. Okay, cool. I have an Afrikaans name as well. Dave. I don't know why they struggle with the V sound, but it's Dave. I have an African name too, which is a very big privilege. A lot of people never in their lives get an African name. If you have been given one, it's because it's a proud African name, and my African name is, I have no idea. Obviously, every African name means something. Do you know that? Like, what is your name? Offa. That could easily be an African name as well. Yeah, you don't even have to change yours. It means handsome, hairy-chested alpha male. That's what it means. I see you have an electric cigarette there. Have you charged it? Is it yours? This one? No. Because it's weird, because you think you look... Remember, they were quite bigger in the beginning. Everyone was like, where are you going? I'm going to smoke. Go smoke outside. And I once tried to get off a charge with the South African police force, whatever they call the Joburg Metro Police. And I told the guy that the beer that I was drinking was an electric beer. Then I spat in his face. I said, look, it's pure oxygen. It's just oxygen coming out. And then he said, do you like the electric chair? So that was the conversation I had with the Johannesburg Metro Police. So, Onamana. What's it called? Your name? Can you spell that? Israeli. O-F-E-R. That's more Indian, eh? Because that's what they do. Make you an offer you can't refuse. There we go. But that is good. But sorry that, because we were going to do this on the stairs, and then I realized that no one could see us. So thank you very much for coming down here. We can all see, is everyone here? We're all good. We're going to do roll call just now. You know what I felt? Because as a comedian, you always write your show, and you make sure that everyone's got a joke, that everyone can leave with something. And then you all laughed at the Wi-Fi joke, and I'm like, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. 500 Zims or Saps, I have no idea. And then some people say, write jokes about customer experience. I've also got nothing. I've got nothing. I'm the kind of guy that never gets invited back to anything. I've said the wrong things and walked out with a smile on my face, and only years later they said, "You were at that gig, hey?" Yeah, this Add Hope thing, have you seen it, KFC? You can give, they make you feel guilty. You spend $300 on a wrap, and they go, "Would you like to add £2 for the children?" And you just feel like so bad. You're like, how are you going to say no? How are you going to say no after you've bought 700 rands worth of KFC? So I looked at the lady, my 4 wraps and my burgers for my kids, and then she said, "Do you want to add £2 for the kids?" So I said, "What do they get for the £2?" So she said, "Well, they get like a chips and a wrap." So I said, "Why can't I have that then?" Why have you charged me $60 for a wrap? I could have got the £2 wrap. So I'm not a nice person. I'm sorry. Sorry if you thought if by the way I look, I'm not actually nice. I've been beaten up in bars by saying the wrong things. I was at a bar in Castledale in Springs. It was a long time ago. I was only 8, but I was at you're allowed to in Springs. And I remember seeing I was in the car, and then this massive motorcycle came next to me, and on the motorcycle said Dakar. Have you seen them? Those big ones. They go through the desert. So I opened my window and I said, "That's not Dakar. This is Dakar. That's the motorbike." And I got beaten up. Terrible. So my customer experience is I can't give you any information. I'm going to have you guys have some lunch, and then I think some tequilas might come around. We've got Uber codes. You just flash your UPay app at something, and you get an Uber just arrives in your mind. Is that cool? So please drive home safely, and I will come back to you after lunch, and I think we can loosen up a bit. In the meantime, smoke your electric cigarettes. There you go, unless that's for me. Okay, thanks. Because I like that. You really do take the bull by the horns and ownership and really get things done. Thank you. So I want to thank you, first of all, and remember, DSG also means doing something good. So I'm going to do something good now, and I'm going to add hope to my comedy set for extra £2. I also know, have I said any rude words yet? Okay, fantastic. Have you seen lots of comedy at Crawford? Okay, cool. I went to Athlone Boys High in Bez Valley. We had a guy have his 21st birthday in the Holland Hall. He used to walk his son to school because they were in the same standard. So that's the kind of show you're getting after lunch. Wow, that is some good stuff. That is tasty. I normally get the tequila face. Don Julio, I was at school with him. He was also there. Lots of Portuguese guys at my school. So if you can mingle and walk around, I am going to do something special that I've never done at a corporate function. I normally do a show at comedy clubs called Agony Barman Dave. Now for those of you at the back there that can't hear, an agony barman is someone who you can ask them questions and they will solve all your problems. Because I used to be a barman before I was a comedian, and I actually want to go back to doing that. So I will put on my barman apron, and you can ask me any question. We'll get you a microphone. Do we have another one of these? And you all have to ask the barman a question, or else we're putting that PowerPoint shit back on. Is that a deal? Everyone? Everyone, now you've been briefed. You've been briefed. And there is no app for comedy. Someone told me the other day, they said, a smile is the cheapest facelift. Unless you're ugly, there's nothing we can do about that. Not even a smile can actually help. But you must, and then also, I just want to warn everyone here, there's a lot of, I know I'm a handsome celebrity and I'm lank famous, very famous person. There's a lot of trouble in Hollywood these days with people hugging. Have you noticed that? In Hollywood, everyone's in cuck. Everyone, even the morphies are in trouble. There's no limit to how bad Hollywood's got now. You can't touch anyone, you can't, now you have to just actually be an emoji when you see someone. Don't trip on the thing there. So that's why I think we've all actually now, you can't, if you want to touch someone, you have to do there's an emoji with little hands at the bottom. Have you seen that one? That is called, I want to do creepy stuff with you later. So now what we've become is a nation of scared to, we don't even hug anymore. You can't hug your kid at school because is that your kid? Yes, it's my kid. I adopted about 18 earlier. But, so now we have to become emojis. You are already, there's like a bald smiley face on WhatsApp. Are you that one? So I just want to say from anyone here, for the ladies and the guys, I don't care, if you do find me attractive and you want to get with me, can you all just blink once if you're keen? All right, so I'll keep an eye out for everyone. I saw your dog blink there. That was quite weird, but I'm in. I told you I don't get invited back to anything. So I'm going to give you a time. I think the restaurant here, are you the restaurant manager or you just went for a wee? Okay, join us. Join us. You know what, one day, if you just keep at it, you'll get there. You can stop working for these customer management systems. But we do want you to have a lovely day. Have some food, enjoy your chats, and then I'm going to come back. Is that cool? No one leave, please, because it's going to be quite cocky with the half audience. But thank you very much. My name's Dave. Yaron, are you going to have lunch? You got more? Okay, cool. I'm also, let's have a meal, let's fellowship. You can swap tables if you don't like the people you're with.
Just choose another.
You can don't feel bad. No one's going to judge you. Do you want to move now, ma'am? I know you. Okay, but there we go. We're going to move tables if you don't like the people you're with. We'll get you some friends. Do you mind sitting with Liverpool supporters? Arsenal? Okay, we'll find you some friends. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you in about half an hour. Bye. There, it's back on. Goodbye, Helga. Enjoy Christmas. We need you. We follow the star in the east. Thank you. And by the east, I mean Bertram's, Nando's head office. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please join us. Join yourselves back with yourselves. Come back inside and take a seat. Mike, Sean, Jeff, Andrew, Craig, Liam, Bongani. Are they outdoors? Are you going to be outdoors or indoors? Come join us inside. There's no more business to discuss. The bar tab's closed. Come inside. It's all over. It's just going to rain on you. Come inside. Where's Catherine? Are you going home? You going to prize giving? No. Prize giving is at 4. Are you going to make it? There's a lot of traffic, with the rain and everything. All right. So I want to welcome you back to yourselves. Where's my daughter? She gone back to school. Okay, is she gone? Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause for enjoying lunch. That was fantastic. If I was a vegetarian, give yourselves a round of applause. There you go. All right. Now, the smokers, where are they? Can they hear me outside? Smokers, just give me a cough if you can hear me. Smokers. Who cares about them? It's just us. All right, we start the evening, the afternoon with we're going to just sing the DSG song. If you all just stand up and sing the DSG song. Where's my sound guy? Can you make me sound funny? Are we going worldwide? Is this going out to the World Wide Web? Okay, please edit this out, just the good bits. Okay, how are you? There was someone here that was here. Is she definitely gone home? Bathroom. Are you the mom? All right. You can put tracker on your kids now. Okay, so we're gonna do this first of all. How was lunch for everyone? Was it good? Are you doing emojis there? Okay, you don't want to hug. Our first things first is, has anyone got a question about life or the universe or Miss Universe or anything? Are you blinking twice? Do you have a question, sir? I can come over there and you get a free tequila if you ask a question. So has anyone have you got a question? I know what your question is, Mom. Your question is, where's my daughter? My question is no more tequila. Are you still the manager? Okay, have you got a question? Nothing. Everything in your life is good. It's impossible. Stevie? Go. Oh, wait, ladies and gentlemen, Offer has a question for Agony Barman. We're going to do this. I have a drink for you if you need something. What have you got more in this world? Okay, listen, this is very important. Quiet, please. New balls. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's nice? Is these things, when you choose the intellectual level of a room, and here's what happens at these functions. We all think we're very smart in business. We're all very good at following instructions. We've got apps. We've got things. The level of the room is never to the most intelligent person. I'm telling you this right now. Any conference you've ever done, you'll meet in a room and a guy will say, after lunch, we're all going to meet in room 7. Every single person, what room are we in? Because we all gravitate towards the most stupid person in the room. As a comedian, All you need to do is find that person. So Alpha just said, he's like a miniature Google. He just said, what is more in the world? Are there more chickens or humans in the world? So let's have an answer there. Do you have an answer, B? Okay, can we just see? Show of hands. Are there more chickens in the world? Show of hands. Okay, chickens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've gone. Can you make me a little bit more on? There's nothing happening. I've got nothing. There's nothing happening. Is there any sound? Anything that I can sound? There we go. Make it sound like there's someone talking. So I need to know, are there more chickens or people? When are we going to start eating people again, like back in the day? Except in KwaZulu-Natal where they did that. You cannot live in a country, people overseas tell me, what's it like being a comedian in South Africa? I'm like, listen, never mind the government, you have stories in the news where some guy dug up a friend of his and sold the bones to a witch doctor. You're like, come on, you can't ask for better than that. And apparently we taste like pork, so we're safe. But are there more chickens or humans? Let's go. More humans, show of hands. What is the answer, Offer? There are more chickens than humans. Thank God for that. That is a... You get yourself the first... Thank you. Can we run applause for our first useless question for the barman? Is there anyone from the East Rand? Can I just ask? No. Anyone from Kempton? Brakpan? Are you pointing? Is there one? How far east? Edenvale's okay. We got out of it. Are you part of the 1610 gang with the tattoo? Are you okay? Don't mess with this guy. Do you know why he's got a red shirt on? So you don't see the blood. That's why I'm wearing brown pants. So how far east, Edenvale? Have you traveled further east? Okay, that's kind of where I am as well. I'm Greenstone. I'm quite rich, so Lakeside. Yeah. No, that's far east. Is that where you're from? So now here's the deal. I'm going to teach you some stuff about the East Rand that you don't know. If you're in a bar, do you want a rugby joke? Alistair Kutsia. Okay, next. If you go to a bar in Kempton, Edenvale, and someone says, "Wat kyk jy?" What do you do as an English person? Where's the Dutchman? Waar is julle manne? Wat beteken wat kyk jy? What look you? It's what you're looking at is Oxford Dictionary English. What kyk jy is what look you. And what it is it means that you have been chosen for the fight. So there's no one else to fight except you, Engelsman. So when someone says wat kyk jy, don't try and answer it. Don't say I was looking at the trees, I was looking at the things. Manchester, listen carefully. This is why you've been beaten up mostly. It's not because you're where you're from. Wat kyk jy means what look you. And you will be asked this question, you'll say I wasn't looking at anything, I wasn't looking anywhere. You will get the next question, which is, are you looking at my girl? Is ek reg? Kyk jy na my girl? What's the answer? No. Wrong. The answer is not no. Because if you say no, then he's going to say, hoekom is sy lelik? You've been chosen. You got to choose it. Just run. Don't even go into the bar. I was standing just minding my own business. I got a tap on the shoulder. What look you from behind me? Now surely if you're behind me, we're both caking at the same stuff. And also cake, where's my cake in Afrikaans? Does it sound like the thing you eat? It does. I remember someone said to me, wat eet jy? And I happened to be eating cake and I said cake. And she said, wat is dit? And I said, it's cake. She said, ja, maar ek kyk, maar wat is dit? So there's a big difference between English Afrikaans. We get called Engelsman and Rooinek and Soutpil. I don't even know what that is, Yaron. As a young Jewish man growing up in Sydenham. So if you get called a Soutpil, I just want to warn you guys now, for the English people that don't know what that is, Soutpil, have you been called that? Rooinek, Soutpil? Well, today's the day. But you get called that as a derogatory term, which means I think there's a bit of apartheid between English and Afrikaans. We haven't had our reconciliation committee yet. We still don't like each other. We just get on with each other. So, 'n soutpeel, wat is dit? Nee, dit is nie. Your one leg is in Europe as a white South African, and your other leg is in Africa, and your is hanging in the sea. You did not know this. This is called Education Department. Thank you very much. You are learning things. It is useless information. You cannot even use this in your business, in your boardroom. Hey guys, you know what soutpeel means? You're going to move from Hollard very quickly. Although you do have quite a penis-based race that you run through the streets in. Is that your idea, by the way, you perv? So, your one leg's in Europe and one leg's in Africa, and your thing's hanging in the sea. I wish mine could hang. It doesn't even. Mine just sort of sticks out to the front. It's a derogatory term. A lot of you laughing. Thanks. It's a derogatory term which means salty penis. Now, if you don't like someone and you call them that, surely, if you know the pH balance of someone's penis, you're pretty much friends by then. So, these are what we get called: Rooinek, soutpeel, Engelsman. Rooinek comes from Rooinek, Engelsman. It comes from the war. It comes from the Boer War. We are still having traces of the Boer War, which was not our fault. To be called a Rooinek means that you came from England. There was no sunblock in Africa. The Boers were using cow shit, and then we arrived with a big white cross on the front, and they shot us, and we wondered why. So then you get called that. I was standing in Springs, and I got called Wat kyk jy from behind, and I looked behind me, I saw a pair of Crocs. Have you ever been beaten up by someone wearing Crocs? It makes a squeaky noise as it hits your skin. It sounds like crying, I'm just saying. This is 1982, there were no Crocs. That means that the toenails had grown through the slops and formed a crude looking croc. Remember those like old rugby socks? I just turned around and saw hair. You know when the hair is so coarse it comes through the sock like that? You know the Israeli, they have the army with the ladies? A Nokia in the sock like that. Nokia 3310 in the sock. Judron rugby shorts with the stains on from tour. Judron, doesn't anyone remember Judron? Are they still around? And then the old rugby jersey, the Springbok rugby jersey, when it was still the Springboks, not to the pro tier, when it was like Bokke, with the tummy sticking out with lion lager. And this is quite a tall woman, so I shat myself, had to leave immediately. And I think, are there any more questions because I think as a barman you need to be asked to ask questions. So do you have a question? Come on, the nature of feeling the beard is ponderous. So you do have a question. Yes. Just something that's on your mind. You woke up this morning and said, I wonder why. What are these two lines called under my nose? They're called the lateral lamellae. These two lines here, they're called, my kid just calls it where you wipe the snot from. Do we still have load shedding? Is it where? In where? Not that much. Because load shedding, let me tell you something, this is a man problem that you don't understand. As a female, I'm going to tell you how it is for a man. We apparently have our G-spot hidden away. Why are you laughing? Have you found it? And let's be honest. For every guy here, you don't want to know that it's there, but there's a partner, guy, girl, partner, whatever, I don't care what you like, but they will go, I'll look for it. I'll help you. And then, because you read in magazines and journals and medical journals, as we do before we come home from work, and then it's up there somewhere. For the ladies, we don't know where it is. It keeps moving. We don't know. You know, because you've had practice. We don't know. I'm single. If I meet someone on a Tuesday, on Wednesday, I think maybe it's in the same place. It's moved. It's like when you rent a car from Avis and you drive, what car do you drive? You drive a Mercedes. When you go to Avis, they give you a Polo. As soon as you turn left, the wipers go on. That's exactly what it's like looking for the spot. So I've actually had someone say, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm doing some gigs at the moment. I'm working on my pilot's license. I actually would ask, what are you doing? Some notes for the ladies. If you come home from work and you decide that night that you're going to look for the spot, can you phone your husband on the way home from work and not just do it as a surprise? Because we also need to prepare, same as you guys do, and also give us a countdown. You know what I mean? Give us a 2-week countdown, or don't do it 3, 2, 1. That's too quick. I can see you thinking 3, 2, 1 is too quick. And this is what I'm talking about. So this is just something I read now recently. It was in Cosmo, and Cosmo is my Bible. I read that to find out what women believe, what women think. So I found out about it, and I'll leave that there for now. Load shedding. When load shedding happens, you go through the same emotions as when someone finds your spot. We're the guys. Are you with me now? You have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you a correlation between load shedding and someone who's just found your spot. Load shedding happens, the first thing we do. Anger. You switch on everyone does this. You stand there with the light. Now look at my fingers now. Look at this. Nothing's happening, folks. Nothing's happening. The lights are off. And every single person, that's the only time we've ever met our neighbors. I bet you if you live in a complex, you came outside and you looked and you awkwardly went, "Hi, have you got light? You got light?" "No, we don't have light either." "Okay." That's the last time you'll see your neighbor. And most of you will do it just to see, because you've got black neighbors living next door who voted for ANC, you voted for DA, you want to know, do we have lights? Because then we're equal. Okay, you guys don't have lights either. All right. I see what's going on here. We're the same now. That's the only time you'll see. And then we all do that flicker the lights. But you go through emotions. If you've ever broken up with a friend, a partner, or a loved one, or death, or something, you go through we have those emotional things. The psychologists call it anger, denial, acceptance. Those are the big three, but there are a whole lot in between. So the first thing you do when the lights go out is you got anger. Fucking Eskom. Government, I hate anger. Then there's a little bit of denial. When you go, maybe I didn't pay my units. There's denial. Then there's acceptance when you go, okay, I'll go fetch the candle. Am I right? Is that correct? I love you. You're agreeing with everything I say. So far, so good. Now, when someone finds your spot with their finger, immediately there's anger. You can use a toe, I really don't mind. But there's the same feeling. Now, I'll tell you what, I've got a kid at home, and when the lights go out, they all say the same thing. If you've got kids, when the lights go out, they will say the same thing. The monsters. The monsters, Dad, the monsters. And you're like, my boy, it's dark, they can't see us. This is the best time to move amongst the monsters. It's fine. And if you tell your kid you're going to make food at night, you better have that food. If anyone got a kid, where's the kid? If you say, Mom, are you the sister or the mom? Are you the sister? She's hiding from you, my darling. If you've got a kid and you tell them you're making fish fingers, you better have fish fingers that night. So when the lights go out, you'll find me and my son eating frozen fish fingers at 6:30 at night. Here's what happens. When someone sticks their finger in there, I know this is after dinner chat, you're going to go through some anger. What the hell? You're going to do, the first thing you do is count all the hands in the room. Is that me? Then there's going to be some denial. Maybe I fell on the remote. Because you know the DSG remote, it's got that tapered bit. That can go, if you're quick enough, you could easily get that stuck somewhere. Then there's acceptance, where every guy in the room here has gone, well, it's not so bad. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. I need to know if this man with the dog has any questions for the barman. Because some people have actually given him money so far tonight. But I'm sensing that he's like a billionaire playboy that has just let himself go and brings his dog to corporate functions. Is he in charge of like $1 billion company? Is he Iron Man? Can you hear me, sir? All right, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about your friend. Come join us. What's the dog's name? Zoibi. Because we were talking about now, it was so cool. Joran was talking about a car dealer that has an app where you can now check your car before you go to the creepy dealer in Jules Street. Before you go to Jules Street, you can actually see what your car's worth. What I find is my dealer has got an app called Banky. And you can download it at any BP garage in the country. So yes, Zoidberg, Zoidi. Zoibi. And your name is? Murray. Marek. Are you Polish? I wasn't going to say Polish. You can't guess what I was going to say. Is the dog Polish? Parkhurstish. Okay, cool. Do you have any questions? I'd like you to be involved. I love you. Come with me. No, I'm working hard here. These people don't know who I am. You were gone for so long, we were worried sick. Where were you? Okay, where have you been? Where were you? All right, I'm going to tell you about I'm going to give you advice. Manchester, are you ready? When we were kids growing up, my mom used to buy us polony. And I'm going to have a proposal. I have a proposal to make for the South African flag. Should actually be a piece of polony. Now, for the rich people don't know what I'm talking about. The poor people just nod your heads. Edenvale. Are you going to... I've been told that kids don't eat polony anymore. It's like an old-fashioned food. But it has everything in it. If you go, it's lips, bums, hoofs, eyelids, fingernails. It's got the whole cabangle in there. You never see a polony cow. You don't drive past a farm and it says, we make polony. And there's just like 4 cows in the field there with one eye missing, one ear missing. Because like you said, they only take the ears and the eyes, am I right? So you don't go past Karen Beef and you see the bulls and the cows sitting in the field there. Behind the shed, there's like 4 polony cows just looking at each other. What did you say? I can't hear you. I don't have any fucking ears. So for us growing up, I seem okay. Obviously my brain's a bit fried. But I grew up on polony. My mom brought the 5 kilogram one. It looked like a futon. It looked like a little ottoman. And she put that in the fridge, and you could just walk past with a spoon. We thought we were so cool. You just ate polony. You just, yes, we are rich people. We have polony. Until the end of the month. Now, the rich people don't understand. When you go to a poor person's house, you open the fridge, you'll see milk, and you'll see a piece of plastic in the fridge. And you think, well, this is a piece of plastic. Why they got that in the fridge? That's because if you take the metal piece behind the polony and you open it, and then you cut the plastic, you can still scrape off a little bit of the polony from where the metal piece took. Like, do you know that? So I'm going to explain to you what's in polony. There are hooves and cows and everything. At the polony factory, when something happens that they're not sure of, they add more pink. So the pinker the polony, the less they know what's in. So the darker browner polonies, garlic polony, that we know what's in there. The pink ones on the box, on the piece of condom that it comes in, with a metal piece on each side, it will say, may contain chicken. Now that is the scariest thing you'll ever read. I don't know if there's anyone here from the Food Administration, but that means they don't really know. So something ran in there on a Tuesday. They were all standing in their white coats. What the fuck was that? I think it was a chicken. Well, you better write it on the board because this is going to Woolworths and they question everything that we send them. So they write there, may contain chicken. So they've still got everything in. I saw on a box of polony, if you read carefully, it tells you the colorants. Then it tells you the ingredients, but it's not really stuff you want from the cow. So it's toenails, eyes, eyeballs. They even take, have you ever seen the end of the polony, the end where it comes to, what does it look like? I won't say it. You just, in your minds now, everyone's got it. I'm from Cape Town. Colored people call it the balloon knot. You can guarantee that that is what it is. Someone read ingredients to me. It said, etc. That means, what is etc.? It's Latin for whatever. So that means on that day, something ran in, and they said, what was that? Add pink. We don't know what that was. And just write etc. on the thing. Now, I grew up on this shit, so I needed you to tell you, like, it probably fried my brain, but the scariest thing I believe is like cow's lips. That was on the cow's lips and bums. How do you take a cow? I can understand taking a cow's bum. If they're standing at the abattoir just hanging around, you just take the slice. The problem is you need 2. You need 1 for each side. Cow's lips. And this is maybe the way that if you do own a farm and you have some cows roaming there, you can see if they're polony cows because they won't have any lips. What happened? They took our fucking lips. Can you do this? Do this? What noise does a cow make? You can't moo it any less. So there's your second thing. If you're driving past a farm and you hear moo, there's cows. So now, is that why you're vegetarian? Can I just give a round of applause to this lovely Ilbequeria here in Parkhurst? They made, I think for all of us, they made this fantastic food. I don't know if you had the steak. Sorry if you didn't, vegetarian lady. The steak was the softest, most beautiful meat. And I am vegetarian and I don't care. Please give me a round of applause. Thank you. That was beautiful. Any questions? Any more questions? I am in the mood now to answer. Ask me about apps. There's no comedy apps at the moment. There are comedy clubs where you can go and see comedians who think they can do what I do, but they can't. Here's what happened. I sit at home a lot, and that's what comedians do. We don't have jobs. We sit at home. I freak my maid out. She hates me because I test my material out on her, and she hates me. She's Chinese. That's quite weird. She's only 8. But you must see this chick make Nikes. My God. It's just amazing. Obviously, I'm talking shit. Relax. She's 7. And she's been working with me for 4 years. She started when she was 3. This is amazing. But her whole family are also there, some in the container in the back. I've never really tried to find out. We live in Cyril Dean now. So, it's not. We live in the. I'm wearing an apron because I want you to feel comfortable and so that you're not intimidated. Why are you wearing a beautiful blue dress with pearls? Oh, it's right on the crotch area. Sorry, can you not read? Thanks for not looking there, Mom. That knop there is my wallet, by the way. I don't actually have a semi. All right, here we go. When I'm at home, I watch TV. And I'm a sports fan like everyone else. I'm a Liverpool supporter. Anyone? That's totally Edenvale. Me and you and 700 Indians at Ridgeway every Sunday. So now I ended up now, this Olympic Games was on, so I ended up looking at it thinking, everything a comedian sees, is there 5 minutes of comedy in this? Whenever you do something, we're trying to look for the 5 minutes. I got arrested for drunken driving, and I thought I was supposed to get the highest score on the blower. So when I got 3.8, I was like, is that the best so far? Is that the best? Because I'm very competitive. And a 3.8 means they don't even take your keys. They just take you to jail in your own car. And the scariest thing was I was in a tuxedo, and when I blew the thing, the guy said, please get out your car, and he took my keys. Then he took me to the Isuzu van. And let me just explain. It's an intimidating thing. It's very scary for a handsome guy like me to go to jail. So when I get to the Isuzu, there's 4 other guys in the Isuzu already. And I worked something out. They'd been there since 9 o'clock. Because they got caught in the roadblock at 9. I'm the 4 o'clock shift. They were sober already. So as soon as, and the comedians like this, if you give me an audience, I'll take 4 people. This is the most I've had this week. I don't care, I'll clear this room. 4 people in a bucky, that's an actual captive audience. I will talk, as soon as the bucky up said, hey guys, where you from? What you doing? What's happening? Hey, have you ever done this? Any questions? Agony bombing, blah, blah, blah. They all cowered in the corner of the Isuzu. 4 grown men in an Isuzu bucky in the corner, just hiding away from a man in a tuxedo. I felt intimidated, I felt weird, I felt offended. I was like, what is wrong with this crowd? And I tried some new material. And what I realized was this. There's an advert on television where this guy goes to jail and there's a small little guy in an overall and he goes like this. En sê vir my, wat beteken dit? Jy mos Afrikaans. Papa wag vir jou. England, Papa wag vir jou. Daddy's waiting for you. Now that's a nice thing to send to your daughter if you're fetching her from school. Am I right? You've sent that. Daddy's waiting for you after netball. I'm at the front entrance. Daddy's waiting. But in jail, Daddy's waiting for you means that you are the mommy. Which means you have to cook and clean up and read him stories. I don't know what it means. So when I got into the van, I realized that they thought that I was Papa. And I think the most embarrassing thing for a man at 9 o'clock in the night, at 4 o'clock in the morning, is to have sex with a man in a tuxedo. So I felt very offended. And then the cop said the nicest thing I've ever heard in my life on William Nicol, and you can take this home with you if you want to. These were actual words that were said. He took me out of the van and looked me in the eye with my license. He said, do you want to go to jail? But I sensed there was a second part of the question. Do you want to go to jail or the ATM? So he gave me back my keys and a drunk man went to the ATM. And that was the scariest thing, sending me with my 3.8, with my license, to the ATM. And I didn't have any money on me, so I just bought a Coke and some pies, and I put it in a brown bag, because I've got a kid, so I put a little party pack together for the 4 guys. And when I got back, he winked at me, because he knows the ATM's got money. So I said, the money's in one of the bags. And I drove away. There was no money in those bags, so they probably hate me now. So I'm going to leave you with some social experiment. Is there no more questions? Do you have a question? I do know you because we did I don't want to say which other company you're working for, but we did a thing for Kalula, which was a 74-hour marketing video that they make marketing students watch, and this was the producer, director, writer. So please, thank you. We give a round of applause. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. I'm going to leave you with some social advice. When I watched the gymnastics at the Olympics, now remember the Russians weren't allowed. Are you Russian? Okay, you don't work at the Grand. I'm looking here because I can't look at these idiots. He's the bouncer at the Grand. So Russia wasn't allowed to go to the Olympics because they figured that we don't have enough testing systems to test the amount of drugs that you guys are on. Because obviously you see Russian athletes, our athletes, they only test for like male or female. That's pretty easy. You just go, okay, you can run, but afterwards, just come pee in the bucket. And I think they don't even look for the genetic, they just look, if she's standing, that's a guy. Why are you laughing now? She won Sportsman and Woman of the Year under the thing. So, the Russian team, they sent 2 people that made it through the drugs, and they still got caught. Equestrian, could you believe that? The Russian equestrian team, this woman went around there, and they jump over these like obstacles, and they go through these like it's called show jumping. I don't know if have you seen it? You seem like a horsey person. You've got the jacket. But they go over these jumps, and you're not allowed to knock the thing down. You get penalized. You have to go through a time. They noticed that she might be on steroids because the second time she went around, she went on the horse. So that was a big giveaway. The Russian lady person that did weightlifting. Now they call this, they've got the most disgusting names. It's called the clean and jerk. The other one's called the snatch. These are names of sporting equipment. So she did the snatch. The guy before her lifted 265 kilos on 2 weights, pulled them up, had a belt on. He was amazing. From Kazakhstan, brilliant. Powder everywhere, people high-fiving, world record, 265 kilograms. The Russian chick came out, and it was her turn to do it, so she picked up his weight and moved it out the way. They said, you might be on drugs. So I ended up watching this from a different sort of perspective when I watched the Olympics. I ended up on channel, you know when you just skip through, you eventually on Super Sport 19. It was not even real sport. This was synchronized swimming. Does anyone do swimming? Before I carry on, do you do synchronized swimming? It's not a sport. I just want to announce now, it's not real. If your son comes home and says, Dad, I made first team, you're like, that's my boy. Synchronized swimming, Dad. You're like, damn it. It's if you're at the swimming gala and your kid jumps into the pool and just sinks to the bottom, going like this. You can't say to the other parents, look at my child, he's a natural synchronized swimmer. Your child is drowning. Get him out of the pool. We sent deaf people to the Olympics. We sent Terence Parkin, who's deaf, because he's just a brilliant swimmer. For years, they couldn't get him into the pool on time. They had a system of lights where they go on your mark, set, go. It was connected to the gun. Because for years before, they didn't know he was deaf. So be on your mark, set, go, and he was always a split second behind the other guys. And his coach was standing on the other side of the pool going. So he'd miss that little split second, you know. We sent a blind swimmer to the Olympics. We sent a blind swimmer, South African world record holder. Give her a round of applause. We have a blind swimmer who holds the South African record for 50 meters. Well, the dog holds the record, not the swimmer. I think, yes, be honest. Beat it just, man. The dog has to go first. I'm not explaining. Now Manchester's laughing. The gymnastics. Now, this is a social experiment. Gymnastics is also not a real sport. I'm sorry if you are gymnasts. You seem like you have a gymnastic build eye. You look at me like I did gymnastics. If your child does gymnastics, none of you, just that person. Gymnastics is not real. It's a weird sport where kids run around and do flick flacks and someone judges them. And the whole thing we tell teenage girls is, don't let anyone judge you, my girl. except if you do gymnastics or Miss South Africa, someone's going to judge you. So we tell the kids, don't let anyone judge you. And then they do. They actually hold up scores. You suck, 6.3. So it's a weird sport. And I must admit, like if you get caught at work, I don't know what your bandwidth is at work for porn. Okay, 100 megs, everyone gets 100 megs for porn at the office, at DSG. Do something good. You each get 100 megs of porn, but you know what, like take it easy. Do it on a Friday when no one's there. Like, and also clear your history. Jeepers, guys. It's in my will, just clear my history. I have a plan for like a screen like we had here for everyone's funeral. We welcome everyone. We say goodbye to Jeff. He was a great guy. We're now going to look at his Google history. He loved midgets. And horses. And midgets on horses. All right. So now what I'm trying to tell you is, I don't have internet at home, and I'm afraid, because I've got a kid, so I don't. I've got nothing. No Wi-Fi, no nothing. We have a hard drive with like every stolen movie from 1970. I've got like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. We just watched that. So I ended up watching a little bit of gymnastics, and I found it quite pervy, if that's the word. Synchronized swimming is weird. They have the girls in costumes, and then a man with a clipboard just comes and looks at them. Have you ever noticed it? Because you're not a comedian, it's not your job to notice these things. There were 7 girls in costumes. You do that at the Grand, you get thrown out. The man in a coat with a clipboard was looking at the girls like this. And then someone said, what is this? No, he's the scrutineer. I'm like, well, I'm also scrutinizing these chicks, but it's not my job. How does this guy explain to his wife, babe, what did you do today? I just had to look at chicks in bikinis all day. She goes, oh, well, have some supper and just relax. This old man looking at the girls like this, and apparently he has to check for different things and that they're dressed nicely. What is he looking for? A little bit of 5 o'clock shadow, a little bit of bikini spiders. Is he looking to see if it's all neat? What if it's the Portuguese synchronized swimming team? They could have shaved in the afternoon. There'll still be a little bit there by 5 o'clock. It's not their fault. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with this. Very often when you're talking to someone in social situations, you never know when to leave. And especially like these things. Because we don't know each other. We're clients. We're GSV clients. No, I'm not staying. I'm going to the foundry to drink tequila. When you talk to people, you kind of reach the point where, all right, well, that's enough now. But you can't get out because now they ask you more questions. And how do you, and where do you know, and what, and where, and why? And you're like, oh, I've got nothing to say, Stevie. Do you remember when we chatted outside by the fireplace? I really was warming my ass. I didn't want to talk to you. And you told me your whole history of everything, and I couldn't get out, because we were stuck there now. So what I noticed with gymnastics, Yaron, no, not yet, it's question time now. Okay, go. The greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect on South America. It's because you know what happened? They stopped picking the cocoa leaf to make cocaine, so they have to now burn fossil fuels and grow other crops. And the area is made for cocoa leaves. So now because of Bryanston stopped doing cocaine, we know. Anyway, what we need to do is this. When you finish talking to someone, I'll teach you what to do. In gymnastics, when they finish doing their thing, they go like this. Am I right? It's the stupidest thing you've ever done, because that just shows you I'm done now. I'm finished with my stupid thing that I did. Flick flacks, whatever, hobble horse, rings. So what I figured out is, for men, during the act, when we're going, we finish up because we've got evidence that we've finished. I made you this. It's on your back, wherever. For the ladies, we don't know. We try so hard to please every single woman here. Know that your man wants to please you. He wants to know, like the shake, do you see unicorns, rainbows? Do you feel whatever? Everything. We want to know. That could be they're lying to you. Whatever, we want to know. So what I'm figuring is, for the men when we're done, because the women are supposed to have, you know that your temperature rises by 1 degree, ma'am. Your temperature rises by 1 degree. 1 degree. I'm not explaining this to you. 1 degree during the moment. You can die from a temperature increase by 1 degree. You can actually die. You're almost dead. Most of my exes. But you're almost at the point 1 degree temperature. Who's got a thermometer at that point of the essential moment? Like, sorry, babe, I just want to quickly check. Where are you going to put the thermometer you're on? Do you know what the difference between a rectal thermometer and a normal thermometer is? The taste. So, your pupils dilate. Who's got a torch? You've already spoilt it with a thermometer. Now you're going to shine a torch in your eyes. It's just wrong. So what I'm saying for the ladies, if you feel the moment happening, maybe, and you can do the same thing when you're in a conversation with someone and you say, thanks man, it's been great. You're allowed to, I'm giving you permission to actually do this. One of these, and then you can say, thank you. There you go. Finished, because you went to the toilet. You're showing that you washed your hands. All right. So I can't invite you all to the foundry because we don't have a tab there. It's for the special people. So I want to thank you for being here today. It is almost 1:45 something. Thank you. Who's this lady? She's fabulous. Is she gone? Is Marilyn on the board of something? Does she own something? Okay. Well, I'm just saying. She's fabulous. And she's gone now. Okay, we can talk about it. Okay. So we want to thank you for being here today. It has been an organic day, let's call it. It was an organic. I liked it. We learned some stuff about dealers. How much is a bankie at BP down here in Parkhurst? So we just download the app. You can download the app tonight. No, wait, you can't leave. You have to do this. Now we know. Sabrina wants to go. So thank you very much. My name has been Dave. And you guys, any more questions? One more. Jeff? Nothing. Manchester? Are you cool? All right, we do have a small tab at the foundry, but we need to walk in as a team. Is that cool? Okay, music man, can you play some of that nice Richard Clayderman that you had on the Edgar's music? Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a very safe drive home and a very, very happy festive season from us. And do you want to say goodnight to the people? I don't smoke electric cigarettes. I smoke the other type. So we're going to have, do you want to say goodbye to the people? Listen, I realize now this is more of a family than an actual corporate event. So give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much for being here. Enjoy your custard pie. My name has been Dave the whole time. So thank you. Cheers. Where's my present?
I think David was awesome. I don't know about you guys. I think he deserves another clap, right? David, there's Marilyn. You were looking for Marilyn. She was on a call. Was he socially inappropriate, Marilyn? Every single way. Okay. Thank you so much for fulfilling your brief. Okay, everybody. Well, it's time to have more tequila. Because we've got 30 bottles to go. How many are we down? Who's got the tally? Charlene, how many bottles have we drunk so far? You don't know. Is it like an open tab? It is a target, right? Okay, good. So everybody have a great time. Thank you so much. We're going to play some music. Enjoy yourself.